Hi, it's Mairead Russell here. Um, I'm a therapist here in Manchester, also a secondary school teacher as well. I'm currently running a program for kids with stress-related problems, kids with anxiety, ADHD, ASD, and so forth. Now, what I want to do today is just introduce you to a simple meditation technique that you can use with your children. Now, I've got videos on YouTube that kind of look at the benefits of meditation for kids, but just to mention a few. Meditation helps them to feel calm, it clears their mind so that they're better able to focus at school. It improves their positivity, it increases happiness levels, self confidence, self awareness, so many positive benefits. And by simply getting your child into a routine of meditating for as little as 5 minutes each day, you can have such a positive impact on their future lives. It may take a couple of months before you notice positive changes, but you will notice change. Now, a simple meditation technique to do with your child is getting them to focus on the breathing. And when they're doing that, is to begin to notice the breath, but start counting every out breath. So asking them to kind of sit in a comfortable place. They don't necessarily have to sit on the floor cross-legged. I don't. Just sit somewhere where they can feel comfortable. And it's important that they do feel comfortable. So to find somewhere to sit where they feel comfortable. Ask them to close their eyes. When they close their eyes, ask them to take a few deep breaths before they start the meditation. Now, I ask my kids, and when I start meditation, I do a few deep diaphragmatic breaths. And all that means is by simply breathing in through your nose, I hold the breath for just the count of 2 before I breathe out slowly through the mouth. And what that does is it begins to start the mind and body calming down. So, comfortable place to sit, close your eyes, take a few deep diaphragmatic breaths, breathing in through the nose, holding the breath just for a fraction before breathing out slowly through your mouth. When they've done that, then just simply guide them to focus on their breathing. And when they're focusing on the breathing, just perhaps mention to them to notice how the chest rises as they breathe in. Do they notice their tummy rising as well? How the chest falls and the tummy falls as they breathe out. So to begin with, just get them to focus on the breathing, maybe asking them where do they actually feel the breath first and they breathe in. Do they feel it in the nose? Do they feel it in the back of the throat? So it's about getting them to focus on the process of breathing, and by focusing on the process of breathing, it allows them to forget about the thoughts that are running through their mind completely out of control. So as they're doing that, then ask them to start counting the breath. So as they breathe out, they simply say in the mind, 1. So count each and every breath and ask them when they get to 10, and again you can guide them to take it back to 0. So once they get to 10, reach 10, start counting again. So the next breath, it will be 1 and 2. By doing this, you're asking them to focus on their breathing. By counting, it allows them to focus on something so that they switch off from all of those thoughts that they have each and every second, each and every minute of the day. So it allows them to feel calmer, to switch off from the outside world for a moment. And that's basically it. Now, when it comes to the end of the meditation, just say we're about to come back to the here and now. So just gently stretch, and I'm going to count to 3 maybe, or 5, eyes open and wide awake. And that's it. So remember, just allow your child to find a comfortable place to sit. Ask them to close their eyes. Then ask them to take a few deep diaphragmatic breaths, breathing in through the nose, holding the breath just for a fraction before breathing out slowly through the mouth. When they've completed that, just direct them to focus on the breathing. What do they notice? Do they notice the chest rising? Do they notice it falling? Where do they notice the breath in the body? Is it in the nose? Is it in the back of the throat? and then guide them to start thinking about counting those breaths. So on the out breath, as they breathe out, count 1, 2 until they get to 10. When they get to 10, go back to 0 again and start counting 1, 2, 3. And as I've said, they only need to do that for 5 minutes each day. And doing meditation for 5 minutes each day, you will notice some major changes after a couple of months. Now, you can get your child to meditate for longer, which is great. Now, what I will say is when you do start meditating with them, they're not going to sit perfectly for the first week or even couple of weeks, and that's fine, because it's getting used to sitting still, to doing something to bring into awareness their focus, their ability to focus. So take into consideration that they will fidget and they will move around and they may struggle to do it. I did when I first started, and that's okay. But persevere and continue. Believe you me, the benefits that they will get from meditating will far outweigh any of the stresses that you will undergo for the first few times that you do it with them. So give it a go and happy meditating. Take care. Bye bye.